Hello friends, welcome to another review of a fountain pen. This pen I wanted to review for quite some time because I was pretty surprised with the writing experience with this, and I would mark it as one of my top finds of last year. The pen is a handmade pen from an Indian manufacturer. This is ASA Pens Galactica. The pen comes in a velvety finish cloth case which has got some tie band at the upper pole. Although it came in this particular case, but then it's pretty difficult to completely lock it down into it. It's slightly larger for this particular sheath. These pens are handmade pens. They are made by Mr. Subramaniam, who is based out of Chennai, and each pen is um, handcrafted as per order. They are not pre-made, so there is a lag period of about 3 to 4 weeks before you finally get the delivery of this pen. The pens are made up of good quality acrylic. These are pretty uh, thick thick in their consistency, pretty hard. I've dropped them a couple of times, but then since they are of a sturdy material, they generally weather a lot of falls and scratches and all that. So coming to the pen, this pen is shipped by asapen.in, and I'll put the link of the site at the bottom of the description. The finial of the pen reveals a slightly glossy finish to this acrylic, and then you have this ring which is attached to the clip. This finial is screwed into the cap of the pen. I was not able to bring it out, and I think it has been glued inside. The clip of the pen is slightly disproportionate to the size of to the size of the cap. The shape of the clip is also it sort of is similar to that of or platinum or sailor pens. This is a chrome finish steel clip. The pen also, I'm not sure, but it also ships without the clip if you take that option as you are ordering the pen. The cap has this acrylic has a matte finish all through up till slightly lesser than the bottom. Here again you can see that this ink chamber ends here, and then there is this glossy bottom finish to the lower end of the pen. There is a small breather hole. This is a ink tank pen. It holds about 4 ml of ink within it, and this breather hole is to prevent the burping up out of the ink out of the nib feed whenever you unscrew this pen. So the writing section of the pen again has a slight glossy finish to it. This is not a slippery kind of a finish, and it has a good grip to that. The threads do not come in the way at all. It's a big pen, so the writing section itself can be grasped pretty well, and this small outward flaring at the lower part of the writing section um, gives a good stable grip to the pen, and the finger sort of holds the pen slightly proximal to this, and it can be held very decently. The nib is very large in size. This pen comes in option of a ASA nib, which is a custom nib to ASA pens. But if you choose this particular nib, then you don't have the option of a cartridge converter. You have to take the eyedropper version only. This also comes with the option of I believe a Jovo or a Schmidt nib, in which you have the option of 3-in-1, and by which you can either you can have an eyedropper along with the option of a cartridge or a converter. The nib is a steel nib. This is of a medium writing quality. It has a small engraving on this, and ASA, the initials of the company, are put down there. The eyedropper part of the pen, the barrel of the pen, has matte finish to that, which has been grounded, so to make it that way. I'm not very sure. I believe if the finish of the pen has a non-slippery feel to it, it could have been shipped even entirely in a glossy finish, or maybe the option could have been given. I would have been again happier to have another version of this pen with a complete glossy finish to that. The eyedropper part of the pen has a few amount of threads over that, so that it prevents the ink from coming out of this, which I had to grease up slightly with silicone grease. And it also comes with a eyedropper per se, so to fill up the pen, so it really lives up to this name. So I thread this back. I hope there is no ink with that. Yeah. So there we go. If we compare the proportion of this pen to similar pens, here is a Jinhao 159. So if we keep them side by side, you see that it even dwarfs a Jinhao 159, which is again a pen almost to the size of Mr. Stroke 149. Taking the other pens to comparison, this is a Lamy 2000 and Pilot Custom Heritage 912. So it's a big pen, but a very good writer. This pen does not post. I don't think we should even try to post the pen. Yeah, it does post, but then it makes it even heavier. Even without posting, you can see that the pen is good enough to hold in the hand. You can see that the pen is gigantic in proportion, but it is not uncomfortable to write. It gives a very good feeling in the hand, and I like this eyedropper part of the pen where you can see the ink squishing around within the tank. So I have inked this pen with a Mont Blanc Irish green ink. I introduced this bottle in my first video. These are bottles which have a side chamber to them, so that the residual ink can be filled easily with them. Coming to the best part of this pen is a very good wet writer, and out of the box it started writing very smoothly. I was so impressed by this writing experience that I have ordered another couple of pens, which I'll introduce you to in my subsequent videos. My only hitch with this pen burps out ink sometimes, and sometimes that becomes a pretty nagging thing. I think that the ink burps out of this part of the writing section, which is just overlying this nib. So a bit of ink generally comes out, and many a times it soils this part of the cap, which is difficult to clean. Some of it has spread into this thread of the finial also, which I can't clean properly. Many a times I have to put a bud inside and clean it out. It soils my hands also, but it is such a good writer that every time I start writing with this, it just makes me forget any other pen. It sort of becomes my daily writer for quite some time. The second issue which I had with this pen was that
So I feel that if I put some silicone sealant around this area, maybe I can prevent this from burping up ink again and again. So maybe I'll try it out and put it in the comment section what my experience with that has been. Coming to the best part of the pen, the writing experience with this. This is ASA Galactic Acrylic Medium. This is ASA Nib. The ink is Mont Blanc. Irish green. This is a century photocopy paper. The pen is a super writer. I'm very impressed with the writing of the pen. It can take up the big names of this industry anytime. It writes very well. It's very wet nib, as you can see. One of the wettest nibs I've worked with till now. My experience is pretty limited if I compare it to others, but then I was very happy with the nib. The nib is not stubbish. It writes perfectly well in all the strokes. And it's super smooth. There's no feedback to that. I didn't have to adjust anything with this nib when I started writing with this. I'm very happy with its writing experience. This is a steel nib. Shouldn't be having a lot of expectation as regards line variation. I don't know why I do it, but then somehow I see the videos of people flexing their nibs, so I'm just putting it there. But I don't think a solid nib, a hard nib, is meant for flexing a lot. Reverse writing experience is not good. Reverse writing is very scratchy with this, although it does not have any hard stops with it. But then it is possible, although I would not try a lot with that. Overall, it's a handcrafted pen, acrylic, eyedropper, holds a lot of ink, writes perfectly well. Um, it's a must-have pen in your collection. My only downturn is that it burps a lot of ink, which I'll try to fix it by sealing this part of the writing section. I hope that works out for me. Otherwise, it is one of my daily carriers, everyday carrier. So very happy with this and a highly recommended pen. So thanks a lot for your viewing, and I hope you like this video.